Dumela Lake. It's taken me 10 years to get here. And it's taken a woman to put me on the stage after I'd written to the old board like 4 times and they ignored me. So please make some noise for Tiny Mungwe. If you're here on Monday, you understand why I'm wearing a backpack, but since you are not here, well. So yeah, I'm gonna get comfortable. I'm from Joburg, man. It's been a long road, you know. So I sell books. This one is called A Home is Where the Mic Is. 24 poets of the page and stage. Security. One of the editors, Mendy Vundla, she's here tonight. She's also a shareholder and a team member at Word and Sound, so big up herself. This book's available for 150 rand tonight only 10 copies available. I might make an extra 5 available if people buy the other 10, but only 10 copies available. Oh yeah, it's being launched tomorrow, we'll talk about it. I also have Lebo Mashiles flying above the sky. You can get yourself a copy. I have Kosi Klaba's Tongue of the Amaras. I also have 2 copies from Matt Vent, who's coming up next. They come with a DVD. So support, come see me afterwards, you know. I need a bus ride home, so. I'm gonna take my time. It took me 10 years to get here. They said 20 minutes. Nkosi sikeleli azania maluphakanyiswa phondolwayo izwa imithandazo yethu Nkosi sikelela. The real national anthem. Chapter 2, Bill of Rights. 16.1, freedom of expression. Everyone has the right to freedom of expression, which includes A, freedom of the press and other media. B, freedom to receive or impart information or ideas. C, freedom of artistic creativity. And D, academic freedom and freedom of scientific research. 16.2, the right in subsection 1 does not extend to A, propaganda for war. B, incitement of imminent violence. Or C, advocacy of hatred that is based on race, ethnicity, gender, or religion, and that constitutes incitement to cause harm. All protocol observed. Let's get back to shitting on the government. Footnote number 3. Suit up. The concrete mill awaits with its human gears, spirit levers, and soul checks. Morning flowers. Nothing grows here except skyscrapers. Neon flowers that rise and wither with the daily sun. Watered by acid rain, pain and human strain. With night, day, and season all but the same. Basement roots Elevator stems, petals are paper. A garden of buildings where the harvest is not for everyone. What do you know? I know black men who leave their families to guard empty buildings at night. Because at the end of the rainbow, 1,000 rands can buy a human life. I know black men who leave their families to guard other families at night. A safe piece of the rainbow if you can afford a human life. The same black men who know secrets of the night, drunken keys, hungry bellies, and screaming wives. The same black men who give life, raise seeds, live proud, and smile at strife. I know black men who look like me, who laugh, love, and dream like me. But I am the tenant, and he is the one guarding me. A blues for Madiba. The fathers of our nation have made wives and concubines of our daughters. With liquor-stained breath, they drive lies big as mines, discarding family lives just to park their success between varsity thighs. A social degree in networking, flash cash to hungry eyes, a gold card can hypnotize. The morning after is not important. This picture behind me was taken by one Leon Sadiki, a friend of mine, as a journalist, the famous man in the green blanket. Another sign, evidence of black excellence. Black journalist putting his life on the line, and then City Press claiming it's their copyright. The fuck? Where were you? Where were you when the revolution was sold for a tender belly? When the children were fed snake and stone instead of fish and bread? Where were you when technicolor dreams of freedom woke up to an animal farm? A sun-scorched reality of haves and have-nots. Poison soil makes waste of the farmer's time and toil. What harvest shall come from these young and fertile minds? Where were you when we watched the revolution televised, still waiting for change and a better life? Where were you when they ate cake and dined on your behalf, toasted on your budget and gave a hearty laugh? Where were you when he danced? Will do anything but deliver on the promise, so he danced. As though dancing for his life, he danced and sang, the president danced. Where were you when the revolution shot 36? Capitalist guns know no bounds. Where were you when minimum wage cost human lives? They keep robbing the earth. How many ounce for a life? Where were you when townships burned? A page out of history, haven't we learned? Where were you when bullets and stones crossed paths? Blood can be washed off, but memories lost. Where were you when we drove in coffins on highways of dreams? Where were you when we checked survival in tin boxes, hoping to mute its screams? My beautiful lasagna, where were you when a black man was president? Where were you when the revolution was nothing but a tender document? Meanwhile, when a people are yet to taste a rainbow dream called freedom, when the same people are diseased with poverty, shanty dwellings, and unemployment, it's easy to fall prey to songs of cunning men and women. When an entire society has been betrayed by the liberation that they sacrifice life and limb for, when a seed watered in blood fails to bear the fruits, anger could easily be misdirected and the legacy of titans erased with the smog of human flesh. Sunrise Clause. Apartheid is not dead. Her rusty fingernails still desperately grasp at what will never be again. And though for now, her people still own our land, minerals, banks, and consumer industries, the new ideas are ours. She conquered the past, we own the future. There is nothing she can do to us anymore. Her survival will not be negotiated on her terms, and her grip will finally conform to the inevitable. It's only a matter of time. There are just too many of us. Footnote number 1. Fear will drive you to the ends of the world and far away from yourself. This poem I wrote for Marikana 10 years ago, before it happened. It's called Black Rock. 10 years later, the irony. Rumor has it that the roots of rock as we know it score whispers of truth, leave human records unspun in the form of ambition-propelled note streams. Rumor has it that we, compositions of clay, who speak sandstorms in the dialect of rock, carry score sheets of origin as patterns of skin tone. Can you dig? I can dig. For we have dug, yes, I can dig. For we have dug rock and played its tragedy on world stages around necks of legends. Between rock breaks, bass kicks, and hi-hats, we have given life and limb, improvised the art of digging rock, and now stand with a fistful of soil as descendants of sound. Can you rock? Yes, we can rock. For we have danced bullets and rocked oppression out of fashion, tattooed rock on the tongue of memory, and now the world sings our name. But who are we? We are the underminers, and undermines we are undermined. Migrant roadies who beat rock. We beat rock. We beat rock with the gumboot beatbox. We let the beat rock. And through unplugged volumes of rock, rough jewels bear their rock-crushed backs in pursuit of their destiny to shine, while mine is a legacy of blood, a chorus beneath the earth, instruments of greed. We compose the riches of rock, yet sing hunger to the night. My royalty was life, unspoken it hurts, buried in a verse, the irony of word, truth spoken unheard, on how they still fish the earth. And while they rhyme about platinum and gold, music is the canvas and we paint secrets untold. And when the album is done and Black Label satisfies a black labor thirst, we play a new rhythm. Backstage, while they toast statues of our labor, we play a new rhythm. We let the beat rock. .36 shot salute. It was self-protection, said the police. It was the police, said the union. It was the strikers, said lawmen. Nothing, said the dead miners. Let's close it like this. 21 poem salute for the writer who died on stage thinking his ego is word-proof. Your technique is not unique. Your BlackBerry tweet is not a haiku. Your Facebook status is not a poem, and your blog is not a novel. Nothing epic. You need to read more. Let wisdom unveil your ignorance. Maybe you can see more and be more informed before you throw careless speech at a time where men and women die for the fucking words they speak. Salute. Food for thought. Those who don't do the work will be left behind. So, since it took me 10 years to be here, and I'm gonna get into trouble for that shit, they'll never invite me again. For me, this is a dream. This is something that started 15 years ago, 13, 15 years ago when I wanted to be a poet. When I was 20, I wrote a poem called Cypher. I'm 33 now, and that's the poem that pretty much put me out there. And at the time when I wrote to the board, well, the old board of, I was hoping to perform that poem, but 10 years later, you know, it's stale, but I can still do it. So in closing, I like to do Cypher. Word and Sound is a dream that we are living. Word and Sound is black kids doing for black kids. I'm living proof that there is black excellence. And this poem carried me here, man. To every single black kid who's in the audience, never shut up. Never shut up. I stood in a cypher with God. I stood in a cypher with God, and all he seemed to speak about was rotating planets and stars. I stood in a cypher with God, and all he seemed to speak about was separating light from the dark, barbecues on the sun, and leaving a burning candle on the moon. Thor was his beatbox, and Moses was keeping score on 2 four-cornered stones. His accomplice was a 4-headed shadow, which seemed to bump its head in every direction, while the spying Ra listened from a distance in anticipation. God started talking about me, and I thought he was dissing, but actually he was explaining the philosophy behind me. Because God is a wizard, and I'm his magical bag of tricks. And all he needs to do is think, and I spit. And all he needs to do is think, and I spit. And we don't need blunts to reach the highest ultimate level of thought, because we smoke life rolled up in papyrus leaves, blow out smoke rings, and let them hang around certain planets. But Thor changed the beat. Thor changed the beat, and 21 angels joined in. We opened up the cypher so the rest of hell could move in. Flames sparked the cypher from this fiery creature claiming that he was a battle cat. He started dissing. God ignored him. I asked why. He said, nah, I'll let Gabriel handle that. God called me the first son of man. God called me the first son of man and kept on repeating that. The Armageddon is only a punchline away. The Armageddon is only a punchline away. But how could it be? He had promised me that we would cypher into eternity. But deciding that he was out of my league, God brought Moses in to battle me. And I was like, shit. Here's the story of Moses. Moses is from the old school, and he's known to battle only with 10 lines, but could simultaneously project his voice to transmit through 10 mics. 10 times, that's 10 lives. 10 MCs embarrassed and taken out at the same time. The cypher was getting hot, and I had to battle back, so looking at Moses, I was like, yo, hold up.
You were an MC?
Are you gonna come finish it for me? You're not an MC. Even if I was the Red Sea and you were a staff, you still couldn't split me. Don't even look at me. You need to live another century to be raw enough to battle me. And I'm the prodigal son from the crowd you misled. And I'm back to make you swallow every word you ever said. Even on Noah's Ark, you wouldn't survive regardless. I make you write Afurakan as the 11th commandment. The beat stopped as Thor had swallowed his electrical tongue, and all corners of the universe seemed to fold in. Too dumbstruck to react, I watched Moses collapse face flat as the 21 angels hung their heads in shame. And I fell on my knees at God's feet, and I was like, "Our Father, please forgive me. I have killed one of your sons. Please forgive me, for I have killed one of me." My tongue was then imprisoned for 21 reincarnations, and only then can I cipher with God again.